Nothing much. I'm all good.
We'll keep things rolling with Dont'e Thornton. Please raise your hand and we'll get you a mic for questions. Rob, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Patrick.
Dont'e, just Coach Heupel's been here 2 years, and we've seen receivers do huge things in those 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a big reason you wanted to come to Tennessee, and what about this offense is so receiver-friendly?
I definitely say that's a big reason for why I came here. And I say the biggest part about this offense being receiver-friendly is the fact that Coach Heupel wants to throw the ball. Like, if you look back and see, he threw the ball most of the time throughout his first 2 years. That's the most any head coach or offensive-minded coach threw the ball, in at least in 2 seasons. So you can see if you're a receiver, it's be the best place for you to be.
Dont'e, when you were looking at Tennessee, was Jalen Hyatt part of the pitch that they gave you, and how much did that, the way they used him and the way he played last season, that influence anything else?
I'd say that it was a part, because you can see like how he performed in the offense, and with me coming in, they looked at me as a person to come in and be in that same role, so that had a big part in me coming here.
Kelsey Pope is known for building tight-knit relationships with his players. Obviously, it's been a little bit of time that you've been here. What is your relationship like with Coach Pope?
I say I have a great relationship with Coach Pope. He's like that dad like with me being away from home, he's like that dad that you have that can coach you on the field and then also be there for you off the field. So I definitely depend on Coach Pope a lot, and he's definitely always there for me.
How have you built a relationship with Joe Milton? Is that something that comes pretty naturally, and like off-season work? How have you built that relationship?
I say me and Joe have a great relationship. Like from the moment I got here, me and Joe been clicking and getting together. Like even on nights where it might be a time where I feel like I don't understand the play, I could call Joe or go over to his house and he'll walk me through it, and then we'll be good like that. So I definitely say we have a great relationship.
Two things, I'll ask them separately. What's the play that you feel the best about, most impressive play you made in camp so far?
I'll say I had a deep ball, like I think 2 practices ago. I think that's one of my most impressive ones for myself personally, because that's something I've been working on a lot.
And then talk about how much you're splitting time between the slot and outside receiver and that kind of adjustment and going one to the other.
Okay, yeah, I'd say that I'm definitely right now I'm playing more so in the slot, but I'm definitely learning both, so that when the opportunity comes for me to go in outside receiver, I'll be able to know both. But right now I'm more so in the slot.
You've gotten the chance to work with Squirrel White in the slot. What have you learned from him and kind of his personality since arriving here?
I'd say Squirrel, that's one of my closest teammates here. Like from the moment I got here, I always leaned on Squirrel because he played a position before I got here, so he knew exactly what to do. So I say that Squirrel plays a big part in me, like in my learning process and how it was sped up, because he helped me through everything.
Dont'e, I'm curious because it's been such a loud conversation this offseason around Tennessee's offense. Did other schools try to downplay Tennessee's ability to develop receivers when they were recruiting you?
Oh, yeah, I definitely say teams did try to downplay it and saying, like, it don't translate to the NFL style, but if you can get open, you could do that in the college level and in the NFL level. That's all it's about.
I guess on the flip side of that, seeing Cedric Tillman and Jalen Hyatt in training camp and now yourself working with Coach Pope and Coach Heupel, I guess what are your thoughts on other teams trying to downplay Tennessee's ability to develop offensive players?
I feel like regardless, people are going to say whatever they want to say, but if you can't go out there and stop anyone, it works, then why stop it?
If you could put the atmosphere of the wide receiving room into words, how would you phrase it, and how does your value of family fit into that?
I'd say that the receiver room, we're very tight. Like, we all have a bunch of group chats where, though, even off the field, we meet up a lot. We might just go get food and hang out and stuff like that, but we have a great relationship. Like, the receiver room, we are a tight-knit brotherhood that we have in there. With Coach Pope and Coach Cook, they have everything set for us that we always do everything together. So I definitely say we have a great, like, bond in there.
Dont'e, everyone talks about your speed. What's the fastest miles per hour you've hit on the trackers this offseason?
Last season, this offseason? Yeah, I would say during last season, they said the fastest that I ran was 24.3 miles per hour in a game, and I was chasing down the block. So, yeah.
What's the fastest you've hit here?
I don't remember.
Dont'e, it feels like in the receiver room, at least you four up front, you guys all kind of bring something different to the table, do things, each have different strengths. Do you see it that way, and what do you think about this room stacked up against some other rooms around the conference in the country in terms of being good?
I definitely feel like we have a great receiver room. In my opinion, we have the best receiver room in the nation. And my reason behind that is because even if we have a group of people that's going to be starting, our first, second, and third group can go in there and there won't be any drop off. Like each receiver in that room knows exactly what to do. So it's no, like if anybody's on the field, we know we can depend on them. So we already good.
Dont'e, you've always been a talented guy, I guess. And what is it that makes you confident this year is going to be kind of your breakout year? Is it just kind of as simple as you having the opportunity in this offense, or how much better do you feel across the board about just what you can do this year?
I feel a lot better, I'd say, from like my past 2 years. Over my past 2 years, I was gaining a lot of confidence in myself in my game, and now with me having the coaching staff that I feel really believe in me, that I'm actually great and can do it, that motivates me more to work even harder. So I feel like this is definitely the year for me.
Coach Halsey was talking about how you came in here and you wanted to know the why and you put in the work. You didn't just come in here just trying to get by to do things. Where did that come from? How did that sort of develop for you to be able to apply that here?
So like I said with the last question, my freshman year, it was a COVID year, and I played behind a bunch of dudes, and I struggled with the playbook. So I told myself in order for me to get on the field my next year, I need to know everything in the playbook. So I kept that mindset my second year and the same with this year.